Hello everyone. One of the questions I get asked a lot is, where do I get so many ideas to create content like that? If you regularly follow Web of Truth, you'll notice that I consistently produce content that can be considered fresh and highly diverse. I keep creating year after year, and I still have a ton of ideas left over. So, what's the method behind this? Let me back it up with evidence. You can see that I'm in charge of the Web of Truth YouTube channel, where we release videos every week. My lectures, to some extent, stand out compared to other channels on similar topics. This means I don't recycle content that others have already done. At Web of Truth, we post regularly, consistently, and the content is almost never repetitive, completely distinct. I don't even reuse my own material. For an average person, they'd run out of ideas in about 2 weeks, guaranteed. But why have I been able to keep this up successfully for years? This video will reveal why I never run out of ideas, along with specific methods and techniques. So, let's dive in. Let's get back to the main question. Why do I never run out of ideas? It's simple, folks. I use a software called Evernote. This is an incredibly useful note-taking app. I know many of you are already familiar with Evernote, but I'd say most people don't know how to use it effectively. So, I strongly recommend, even if you already know this software, you still watch this video. I'm certain I'll share things you haven't thought of, even though they're pretty straightforward. Alright, back to Evernote. The main idea is that I install this software on 2 devices, my phone and my computer. 2 devices, but just 1 account. Don't worry, I'll guide you through the setup process shortly. It's easy, so relax. For now, let's focus on how I apply it. I install Evernote on both my phone and computer, and I make sure the Evernote icon is on my home screen so I can access it instantly without searching. This is crucial. Why? Because when we're out having coffee, drinking with friends, or even driving, and a great idea pops into our head, I pull over immediately, open Evernote, and jot it down. This is super important. If the idea comes too quickly to type, I open Evernote, hit the voice recording feature, and just speak to capture it. Later, I log into the same Evernote account on my computer to flesh out those ideas. Evernote stands out from other note-taking apps because it works across multiple devices and allows you to take notes in various formats: text, audio, drawings, videos, or even handwritten notes. It's awesome, trust me. You'll find that throughout the day, you'll have tons of ideas, and your mind will become surprisingly creative because you're actively paying attention to them. The key is to observe and capture those ideas. If you don't grab them the moment they pop into your head, you'll forget them. That's the crux of it. You're wasting those moments of inspiration. Our lives are full of these brilliant moments, but most people let them slip away. That's such a shame. At some point, you've probably had a great idea and felt excited, but the next day, it seemed ordinary because you didn't capture it in that moment. The next day, you either forget it entirely or don't recall all the details. You can't relive that spark of inspiration, and that's why you might never create something truly outstanding that grabs people's attention. It's a pity. With this method, I currently have over 90 content ideas left, enough to last until next year. So, rest assured, Web of Truth will keep producing videos for you for years to come. The best part? My ideas keep growing every day, and I live in a sea of inspiration, rarely running dry. Let me share an example. One time, while I was out drinking with friends, one of them complained, "Life is tough these days. My salary is peanuts, and I want to start a business, but I don't have enough capital." Hearing that, I excused myself to the bathroom, opened Evernote, and wrote down an idea: starting an online shop with under $5,000 for a non-entertainment niche. That's something I'm proud of, and today, I'm revealing to you that this idea came from my friend's complaint about not having money. I thought, why not? You can still start with little capital. So, I went to the bathroom and noted it down because, after drinking, you'd forget it right away. You have to capture the idea in the moment. Here's another example. I once took on a marketing project for a pharmaceutical company with a sensitive product, a clinically tested, certified hemorrhoid treatment drug. This was a tricky project. When I accepted it, I was hesitant because I had no experience in this field. The task was even more daunting. I had to figure out how to make this product overcome its sensitive nature in the public's perception and reach consumers without making them feel embarrassed. You know how it is, people with hemorrhoids are often too shy to see a doctor or buy medication. This makes selling these drugs, especially in the early stages of the condition, incredibly tough. When it's severe, people go to the hospital. When it's mild, they're too embarrassed to buy medicine or get checked. After signing the contract and receiving payment, I was pretty overwhelmed. It wasn't a simple task. I mulled over solutions for about a week to 10 days. Then, during a meeting with a client for a completely unrelated project, we finished discussing business and started chatting about family and health. The client, an older guy, mentioned he had hemorrhoids. I asked why he didn't see a doctor, and he said, "It's embarrassing to go and show it to someone. Just thinking about it makes me cringe." I asked if he'd considered buying medication, and he replied, "No, that's even more embarrassing. Imagine going to a pharmacy and saying, 'Hey, can you give me some hemorrhoid medicine?' The pharmacist would ask, 'How long have you had it? Is it painful?' Answering those questions would be humiliating." Spontaneously, I felt concerned for him. I'd researched this condition deeply, so I knew letting it linger could worsen it. I pulled a bottle of the medication from my bag and gave it to him so he wouldn't have to deal with the embarrassment of buying it. He thanked me and promised to use it. A while later, his condition improved. I'm not advertising here, no brand or product names will be mentioned in this lecture. The point is this: as we parted ways, an idea hit me. I immediately opened Evernote and noted, for this project, why not target healthy people who have friends or family with hemorrhoids? These healthy people could buy the medication for them, like I did for my friend. Think about it, if a mother has a child with hemorrhoids, wouldn't she buy it for them? Or a partner for their spouse or loved one? This completely changed the marketing approach. We targeted healthy people and convinced them to buy for their loved ones. It was a lightbulb moment. I captured that idea in Evernote right away, and from there, I developed content and marketed in two directions. First direction, we targeted office workers and their parents, explaining the dangers and signs of hemorrhoids, urging them to look out for these symptoms in their friends or children and buy the product to help them, since those affected are often too embarrassed to buy it themselves. This approach was very successful. Even parents whose kids didn't have the condition became more vigilant about health, creating both sales and health awareness benefits. Second direction, inspired by my friend's story, we targeted men over 27 who sit for long hours, like programmers or office workers, highlighting the risks and signs of hemorrhoids to raise their awareness. In the campaign's call to action, we said, "We know you're hesitant to buy this product. You don't need to call to order, just fill out this form, and we'll deliver it to you in a plain cardboard box, like a gift, so no one will know it's hemorrhoid medication." This campaign was also a memorable success. All of this came from observing, capturing ideas, and saving them in Evernote. If you don't save an idea within 10 minutes, you'll forget it, or at least the brilliant details of that inspired moment. That's a shame. These are real-life examples of how I've used Evernote in practice. Without it, you'd miss countless great ideas and moments of inspiration. If I hadn't used this method, I wouldn't have lectures with nearly 1 million views or hundreds of thousands of views that establish my credibility. Now, let's move to the second part: how to install and use Evernote practically and in detail. This is crucial. It may sound simple, but if you don't know how to do it, you'll fumble when an idea strikes, unlocking your phone, searching for the app, typing, and by then, you've forgotten it. So, let's walk through it. If you haven't installed Evernote yet, go to your web browser. You can do this on a computer, phone, or tablet. I'll demonstrate on a tablet because the screen is larger, making it easier for you to follow. It works on both Android and iOS. Type in e.weboftruth.com. This will take you to the page to download Evernote. Why don't I just give you the direct link? First, Evernote frequently changes its link, so this video would become outdated. Second, if you don't speak English, navigating an English download page can be tricky. Third, on Google Play, there are 3 versions of Evernote, so which one do you pick? To make it easy, go to e.weboftruth.com, and it'll take you to the right page. Scroll down and, depending on your device's operating system, download from the App Store for iPhone/iPad or Google Play for Android. I'll click the Google Play option here, and it's straightforward. Just install it, no need to overthink it. Once installed, click Open. It's that easy. Now, let's create an Evernote account. I recommend starting fresh to keep things organized. Enter the email you use in the Sign Up/Login field, then click Continue. Next, enter a password. This will be your Evernote password, so make sure you remember it. After entering your password, create the account. It's quick and simple. One critical step is to place the Evernote icon on your home screen in the most visible spot. The process varies by device, so search Google for how to add an icon to the home screen Android or iPhone. There are plenty of guides out there. Since this lecture is already long, I won't cover that simple step here. Alright, I've added the Evernote icon to my home screen. Now, when you get an idea, what do? Open Evernote, it takes 1 second. Click the plus icon, and you'll see multiple options. For example, if I'm in a rush and need to note something for a critical meeting tomorrow with a software company, I don't have time to type. I need to say it fast. I hit the audio option and start talking. 9 a.m. tomorrow, meeting at the Sheraton. Bring Tuan from IT to ensure it goes smoothly. Done. Name the note, tomorrow's meeting, save it, and later, at home, log into Evernote on your computer using the same account to develop the idea further. Go to e.weboftruth.com to download Evernote for your computer. You can listen to the audio and expand on it, maybe by adding handwritten notes. For instance, going back to my hemorrhoid project example, if I'm in a hurry, I quickly jot down, strangers buying for others. Save it as hemorrhoid project. You can create multiple notebooks, displayed on the side. My favorite feature is the voice recording. When I'm out, having coffee, and an idea strikes, I just talk. It's easy. Let's take another example. Say I'm relaxing and need to write about my friend who complained about not having enough capital to start a business. I open a new note, select text, and type, open a low capital shop. Import from Taobao. Add more ideas, like how to spend just $5,000, or how to ship products. You can keep adding thoughts to the note. Name it, save it, and go to your meeting. Later, if another idea pops up, open the note, edit it, and add more. You can even record audio. For this project, guide people to import just one product variant. Multiple variants require too much capital. Save it. That's how I draft raw lectures, simple like this. When you're free, open Evernote on your computer or tablet with the same email and password to refine those ideas into a complete concept. You can also save notes via camera, snap a photo to store it. You can attach files, write by hand, and more. Here's one final feature for today. Say I'm browsing a news site, like tuoitra.vn, and find an inspiring article about business. I scroll to a great section, screenshot it, and open Evernote. Create a new note titled, Great Article from News, attach the screenshot, and save it. What's amazing about Evernote is that it can search text within images, even handwritten ones. For example, in the article, there's a phrase, an eye for an eye. If you search for an eye for an eye without accents, Evernote will highlight it in the image. This works best for older uploads, but it's incredibly useful. You can save ideas, capture great book pages, articles, or even handwritten notes, and search for them later. Evernote makes it easy to retrieve old material. I hope this practical method I use in my life ensures you'll never run out of ideas, only have too many. Wishing you endless ideas and thriving projects. Let me know if you achieve results using this method to capture and store ideas. May you have many moments of inspiration. Goodbye.